Hi, good morning. I am Ellie and I am a certified yoga instructor currently volunteering with the Pink Ribbon Place, offering the Facebook live yoga classes Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. and 11 in the mornings in Spanish. Sorry, so 9 a.m. English and 11 a.m. Spanish. So, welcome. Happy Saturday. I am very excited to see you guys. Today we are trying something different. I was able to get like an app thing that helps me record, but I can also use my little Apple thingies, and they work as a microphone. So I'm hoping that you guys will be able to hear me a lot better instead of me having to yell into the camera. So I'm very excited. Hopefully it works the way that I want it to. So I'm very, very excited about that. And let's go ahead and get started with today's class. First thing is first, make sure you have your yoga mat with you. Today I'm out in the park right around my neighborhood, so I'm very happy I found a nice little tree where I can have some nice little breeze. So it's a little bit of a change of a scenery today, but go ahead and grab yourself a yoga blanket like this one if you happen to have one, and if you don't, go ahead and grab a beach towel, regular towel, anything. I don't believe we'll really be using this too much today, but it's always just nice to have it handy. And also a yoga strap like this one if you have one. Cool. And if you don't, you can always use a belt or scarf or um, really anything else that is not super, super elastic. The zero amount is obviously the best because we do not want anyone getting hurt. So go ahead and grab one of those. And of course, always have your water very close to you. It is pretty hot. So go ahead and just a couple of things. Always just make sure to listen to your body, to not try to force yourself into anything that we're doing today. The first thing we want to do is obviously and have fun with today's class. Besides all of that, I think we are ready to start our class for today. So wherever you are practicing, whether that be outdoors like me or in your living room, bedroom, wherever, go ahead and find yourself a comfortable position. Go ahead and take your blanket and fold it like a little, was that like a little hot dog like that? And place it right behind you, kind of in between where your tailbone is. And what that does is helps you stay nice and tall, and it avoids you kind of slouching down. Legs are crossed, and all we're going to do is go ahead and close our eyes, taking a couple of breaths in, and exhale through the mouth. One more time. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, and I promise, last one. Inhale through the nose, and exhale through the mouth. And as you begin to settle in, you're more than welcome to keep your eyes closed throughout our opening meditation. And all we're really going to focus on today is that breath, slowing it down, really taking a moment to feel the lungs, feel the belly, let it go all the way down to our toes, and then exhale it all out, making sure it all comes out. And for the next 20-25 minutes, I just want you to worry about your own practice. Everything else, relationships, family, work, anything else will be there. Take the next 20-25 minutes for yourself. That's all that matters is you on your mat. You made this time for yourself, which is an amazing thing. So please enjoy these next 25 minutes all for yourself. And as you begin to focus on that breathing, I want you to keep this throughout your practice. I want you to keep it throughout your practice, and just remember that the only thing that matters is your breath, not even the poses that we're doing today. It really is just the breath, the most important thing, breathing through everything that we do today. And as we begin our class, go ahead and open those eyes. And let's go ahead and switch the crossing of our legs. And I got a bunch of grass. I'm out, like I said, at a park right around the corner of my house. So it's a little different. So hopefully everything goes super awesome today. But taking your hands out to the sides. Inhale, coming all the way up. Getting nice and tall, taking that left hand to that right knee. Right hand comes right behind you for a nice gentle twist. So inhale, getting nice and tall, and exhale, twisting. One more breath here. And when we're ready, we're going to inhale, hands back up, and switching sides. One more breath here. And I think that now that we're trying out this microphone thing, you might be able to hear me breathing a lot deeper than before. So I do apologize, but it is the yoga breath. Inhale, hands up, and hands back down to the center. We're going to do a couple of very quick cat-cows. Today we will be working on some very mild back bends. So we definitely want to get our spine nice and warmed up so we do not get hurt. So taking the hands, placing them right on those knees, and then inhaling, bringing that chest forward. And exhale, pulling yourself away. Inhale, coming back forward. And exhale. Inhale, rolling those shoulders back, really pulling yourself, bringing that chest forward. And exhale, pulling yourself away. Coming back to center. You're always more than welcome to do a couple more if that's what you want to do. And rolling those shoulders back a little bit, kind of just, again, warming up the shoulders, spine, all that good stuff. And when we're ready, taking that blanket out from behind us. You can always keep it handy. I'm just going to go ahead and put it on the side. Let's go ahead and come onto our backs. So I do hope that you can see me. It was a little harder since I'm out at the park and I just had to try and use my yoga blocks to kind of get the phone to stay up on my little stand that I was so excited about a couple weeks ago. So let's go ahead and come onto our backs like so, placing those feet about hip width distance apart. And if you can see, I can kind of lightly, brush my fingertips up against them, keeping those shoulders nice on the ground and hands planted right around those feet. And all we're going to do here is keeping our eyesight nice and forward. We're going to inhale and begin lifting those hips off the ground, keeping those thighs as if they're going towards each other. We want to avoid doing anything like this where the hips are opening up. We're keeping those thighs kind of pushing towards each other, like I said. And very slowly, almost one vertebrae at a time, we're going to be coming back down. Coming back up, and just as slow as you went all the way back down, we can always go very slowly back up again, squeezing those glutes and squeezing those thighs towards each other. And coming back down. And again, we are still at the beginning of the class, so, everything very carefully. Inhale and lifting those hips up one more time. So again, everything is kind of just waking up, checking in with our body, seeing how we're doing. And if at any point my phone slides or the phone kind of goes to the side, I do apologize. I am on grass, so it was a little hard to get that little stand up. So we're doing the best that we can with it. And coming all the way down. Go ahead and take that right leg, cross it over that left leg, picking up those hips, bringing them towards the right, and dropping those knees towards the left for a really nice and gentle twist. Taking a couple of breaths here. You're welcome to bring those hands out. I will not because we have grass, and then it gets all prickly. So go ahead and keep my hands right here on my ribs. If you want a little bit of a deeper, you can always take your towards the right side, and that'll give you a deeper twist here. Bringing that eyesight back to center if you chose that option. Bringing those knees up, hips back to center. All we're doing is switching sides, so that left leg coming up, hips towards the left, and dropping those knees towards the right. This is actually one of my favorite poses, just because it feels so good on the back. I definitely love to do this after work, when I get home, because it just feels really good, especially in that low back area. And it's nice, you get to lay down, which is really, really nice. Coming back to center and taking those hips back to your center. And in your own way, so you can always take that left hand, bring it out, rolling towards that left side, and pushing yourself up. From here, we're going to go straight onto our hands and knees. So just make sure we are still good. It's always so weird to be out, away from your house, relying on technology when you are nowhere near your house. But we have all the faith in the world that this is going to be an amazing class, and we're not going to lose any connection between us. So I'm very excited about it. Coming onto hands and knees, like I had said before. And from here, we're going to do a couple more cat-cows. I know we already did a couple, but we are working on our backs today. So inhale, dropping that belly down. Exhale, tucking that chin, rounding that spine. Inhale, dropping that belly. Tucking that chin, rounding that spine. And one more time, dropping the belly. Exhale, rounding that spine. And when we're ready, coming back to center. From here, taking that right knee, placing it right in the center. And then you're going to go ahead and take that. One second, sorry about that. I just have to adjust that little microphone thing in my ear to make sure we don't lose connection. And taking that right knee towards the center. You can go ahead and, if you can see, I'm tucking those right toes under against maybe for more balance, stability, and placing that left hand on the ground. We are slowly going to be bringing that left leg out behind us like I am doing, straight out, toes are flexed. And then if you want a little bit more, you can bring that right hand out like I am doing. And again, these are all just options. And if you want to work just a little bit more, you're going to bring that knee and that elbow to meet each other, really pushing into that mat. And then coming back out. What we are trying to avoid here is dipping into that low back. This is to strengthen that back. So we're really pushing, we're really engaging our core to keep ourselves nice and straight. And last one, we're doing a total of 3. And when you're ready, coming back to center. Wiggle out. And let's start switching sides. So get that left foot nice and grounded. Same thing with that right hand. I'm on grass, so if you're on grass like me, you might be struggling a little bit, and that's okay. When you're ready, taking that, so make sure you tuck those toes so you get a little more foot ground foundation on there, and taking that right foot out behind you, taking that left hand out. And again, you have a few options. You can just hang out here, really working on engaging that core, keeping that back nice and straight, or you can bring those knees and elbows together for a total of 3 times. This one, please go at your own pace if you want to go a little slower or a little faster, as long as you're not compromising your foundation. And coming, I think that might have been 4. I can't count and talk at the same time. So go ahead and come back to center, wiggle out those hips. From here, walking those hands forward just a couple of inches, tucking both of those toes, and we're coming straight into our down dog. There's all these like little bugs. I always forget how bright my mat is, and anytime I take it outside, all of the bugs try to like jump on it, and I gotta be like kind of pushing them off to the sides. I don't want to squish them. From here, go ahead and just bending those knees, kind of stretching out those hamstrings a little bit, seeing how we're doing, seeing how we're feeling today. Maybe both heels come down towards the ground. Maybe you bend forward. It really is up to you. And when we're ready, if you have any low back issues, please ignore my next cue and just meet us with the right foot in between your hands. If your back is good to go today, inhale, lifting that right leg up, bending that knee and placing that foot right in between your hands. Like this, planting that left hand on the ground and bringing that right hand up for a really quick twist. When ready, bringing it down, dropping that back heel, using that knee. We're coming all the way up into our warrior two. Sorry, my hair is probably all over. Give me 1 second. I am so sorry, guys. But I saw this little tiny hair flying off to the corner of the camera. Which really, it's obviously not a fashion show. So from here, coming into our warrior two, hands out towards the side. We'll make sure that our heels are lined up together and our torsos are right in the center too. We want to avoid anything that looks like this. So hands out. From here, flip that front palm and reverse your warrior. Coming straight up, hand can go down the back thigh, or you can go ahead and wrap it around if that feels comfortable for you. What we're doing here is, without straining out those legs, we're really trying to get nice and tall, stretching out, really feeling it on that side of the rib. And when we're ready, back to warrior two, all the way back down, picking up that back heel, and one more twist here. Bringing that hand down and stepping it back. And here for just a moment again, getting a little more hamstring stretch in there. Bending those knees one at a time together, something that just feels good. And when we're ready, inhale, lifting that left leg up and placing that foot right in between your hands. Again, if it doesn't make it, you show it who's boss. You bring it up, scooch it, however you get it up there. Dropping that back heel. Oh, I'm so sorry. Picking up that, keeping that foot up nice and high, planting that right hand, and coming in for a twist. I do apologize. I had to switch sides so you can see me on this side, and I totally forgot about our twist. Bringing that hand down. Now we're going to go ahead and drop that heel, line up our heels, using that knee, and we're coming all the way up to our warrior two on the opposite side, taking a moment to check the foundation, making sure it feels good, it feels strong. Taking a breath, flipping that front palm, reversing your warrior. It actually feels really nice out here. I know it's still, it's a Saturday morning, but it's weird how it just feels really, really nice, to just be a couple of steps away from your house. Literally, I am at the park maybe a minute away from where I live, and it just feels really cool to be in a different scenery, practicing yoga, coming back to your warrior two, and hands all the way down. Picking up that back heel. I feel like I forgot something, but I think it's just that twist that I forgot at the beginning. And again, taking another twist here. Coming down and stepping that front foot all the way back. Getting a last little bit of stretching in here. Those hamstrings, depending on, again, what you did during the week, they might be really, really tight, like mine, sitting at a desk all week. And when you're ready, looking forward and walking those feet all the way to the front of your mat. We're down here, inhaling, half lift. Exhale, plant those hands, bending those knees, putting those hands on those knees, pushing yourself up all the way to our mountain pose. So just make sure everything is still good on my end. So we're doing great. Like, this might be the new regular spot if everything goes well. You guys might be seeing me at this park, and it's also just so much nicer. I'm sorry, I'll continue as we go through class. So let's go ahead and bring those feet together, those ankles, everything, knees, thighs, everything nice and close in. I'll turn this way so you can see exactly where we're going. So everything is nice and tight, squeezing towards each other. Take your hands here to heart center, you can go ahead and bring them towards your hips. Now, all you're going to do is begin pretending like you're going to sit in a chair. So you're coming down. What we want to avoid here is doing this. If you can see my back, we want to keep it nice and straight, and we're coming down as if we're sitting in a chair, like this. And you can always hang out here if you want a little bit more. You're really squeezing everything. It's really working here. Take that left hand, place it right on the outside of that right knee, and right hand is coming up just for a breath or two. I know you guys are going to be feeling this one. And when you're ready, coming to center and switching sides. These are really I'm going to try and keep it as a really short hold. And coming to center, folding forward. Feel free to wiggle out here. You can grab those knees, just wiggle out. Bring those hands down to your mat. Just anything feels really good. I really tried to keep that one a little shorter. I know a lot of people hate it. It's one of my favorite poses, but a lot of people hate it because it really gets you working very quickly when you're ready. Taking those hands, pushing yourself up, all the way up again. And just see where we're at. Okay, we got time. From here, we're going to go into our very light back bend. And I believe we might have done this maybe a couple months ago now at this point. But this is one of my favorites too, just because it's so nice on your back and it's really accessible to, the majority of people. So standing up nice and tall, taking those shoulders, rolling them back, placing those hands right behind, kind of in that low back area, like this. If you're having any wrist issues, you can always make like two fists and place them in that same spot, like this. So two options, either hands, palms, or fists, whichever feels the best for you. And let's go ahead and bring those elbows in towards each other like this. So we want to avoid the little chicken wing. We want to really keep them in nice and tight. Arms are working. And we're just going to inhale and bring that chest forward, pushing into that low back. And you start to see my body is kind of leaning towards the front. So what is happening here is not so much that we're standing and I'm going straight back. I'm actually bringing my chest forward, and I'm bringing it forward so much that it's starting to create that arch, which is giving those vertebrae and everything a lot of room to expand. I know it sounds so odd because we're going like it feels like it looks like you're kind of crunching in that back, but what really is happening is you're bringing the chest forward and up. So you're more than welcome to try a couple more of those if you want to try more and maybe go a little deeper every time. And then coming forward, they just feel really nice. So that is a very mild kind of back bend that, when you wake up, you can go straight into it with a little bit of stretching. Once you're ready, go ahead and spread your feet a little apart. There's no real measurement for that one. Just bring those hands down to the knees. And all we're doing is just kind of twisting side to side again to neutralize our spine from the back bending. They do say one of two things happens when you do back bends. Obviously, you get like a burst of energy, so I'm glad we're doing this in the morning. So you guys should be bouncing off the walls today. So I do apologize for anybody else that you guys live with if you guys got a lot of energy today. And you can go ahead and take a seat. The second thing that happens with back bends, and then we're going to take our feet wide like this, is that you sometimes tend to get a little more emotional, so don't be surprised. It was a very mild back bend, but it is also known for people to get a little more sensitive or emotional when they do practice back bends. Go ahead and bring those feet nice and flexed behind you. All we're going to do is just reach towards left hand to the hip, and then right hand reaching towards your toes. Wherever it reaches is fine, as long as we're keeping that back nice and straight, and we're just coming in towards the side. You can even bring that hand over if it feels comfortable for you. And when we're ready, switching sides. So back bends are are awesome. I think they're awesome. I love them. They're one of my favorite things to practice just because it feels so good on your back, and you get at least I get just a burst of energy, and I'm always bouncing off the walls when I do them. Coming back to center. Go ahead and pick up those knees. You can do one at a time. And go ahead and cross for our closing meditation. If by any chance you guys are like, what? You should keep looking at that watch. I just keep time just to make sure we're on track. So that is all it is. It's one of those little Fitbit watch thingies. So it does have that little timer thing, which I think is so cool. But go ahead and come crisscross applesauce, and you're more than welcome to lay down if you want to take a couple moments after class to just kind of lay down and reflect on everything. You're more than welcome to do that as well. You don't have to sit like me. You can already start prepping up for, your relaxation after class. But just taking a big breath in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose, getting nice and tall. And exhale through the mouth. And last one, inhaling through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Taking a couple last minute moments here just to enjoy that beautiful energy that we have created, even if it was through, Facebook or, virtual. It's still, it's such a beautiful thing to be able to share with each and every single one of you. So I thank you very, very much for that. And I do want to take a moment to thank you, each and every single one of you, again, for taking this time to do something good for you, to do something, that your body will thank you for. And, just taking a moment of just, I forget the word, I'm so sorry, but just showing a little act of self love, which I think is much needed during this time. So I'm very, very happy to have been able to share this morning with you. I hope you have an amazing week and an amazing week and everything. And please continue to check the Riverside Community Health Foundation page as well as the Pink Ribbon page for any updates or anything else. I, once again, thank you very much for letting me be a part of your morning, letting me, for sharing your practice with me. And until